the meme, but you know, it's like it was one of those things you had to like rewatch it like 10 times afterward. You had to like, oh, look at this here. You had to like rewatch every goddamn minute of it, and pause it and frame it and pause it and be like, oh, look at that stuff, right? Yeah, it was just crazy. It was truly crazy. Unfortunately, here we are with the final episode, right, of Demon Slayer. So that's unfortunate, but I already heard, we can talk about it before we watch the episode. I saw it on Twitter. Here it is, I can show you guys immediately. I don't feel I need like another video for this thing because it's so obvious. They have already announced season 3. Now let's talk about that. Yeah. So they have already announced season 3. So you're gonna have, you know, sexy oppa girl and so on, right? Yeah, they can, I guess, in coming in. I'm alright. So yeah, I suppose that the rainbow oppa is gonna come in there. But yeah, season 3 is already announced. No surprise there, right? I mean, it's one of the most like Demon Slayer is obviously getting a next season. Holy shit, the most popular, well-sold thing. And for that matter, of course, Yuukaku-hen also announced yesterday season 2, right? And I didn't do video about it either. Usually I do videos about up to stuff and so on, but I felt that too is like Yuukaku-hen also one of those like obviously is getting another season, right? Elcira, for example, but that finally got into that felt was like big news, right? Because Elcira was like 5 years between seasons. Yeah, then we were like, what's happening? Why are you never making more Elcira, right? But yeah, Yuukaku-hen also like a no-brainer, right? Demon Slayer Yuukaku-hen. But anyway, final episode here. Who is gonna survive? That's my question, right? Immediately, it feels like the Hashirama, right? They kind of feel they're gonna die. Like we saw Mugen. I hope he doesn't die because it's flashy, and also I feel kind of repetitive if they keep killing off the senpais kind of characters. But certainly, if it's like someone kind of should die from all the damage, right? And so on. So yeah, as an animal, right? I'm excited to see if everyone's gonna collapse on it. Otherwise, I certainly expect it to be, you know, the Daki Gyotaro backstory, right? Certainly the demons are gonna have their backstory. There's probably gonna be some hentai backstory line. She's obviously probably like a prostitute and something, and he was probably watching. As it's a kind of net to rare storyline, you know, and he's probably gonna like defend her from some guy buying her or something. It's gonna be something like that. Like, come on, it feels kind of obvious, kind of where their backstory is gonna go to, right? Some kind of brothel or something. Certainly. Okay, one thing before I'm watching it. We're doing this thing now, of course. Instead of Attack on Titan, right? You should take that first. Attack on Titan is actually airing half an hour earlier, this anime, right? In Japan and so on. But however, today, as I said last week, Attack on Titan is delayed. Because right now it's like some TV here, like some ice skating or something. I mean, okay, I'm an anime nerd. Surprise! I don't know shit about sports, okay? I do go to the gym. I went to the gym 2 hours before this thing. And so, right, and I do a lot of martial art, right? You know, I'm an anime weeb, I do martial art, yeah. I don't know anything about the Winter Olympics, but I can look at TV, and there's some kind of like female Japanese ice skaters that are doing some kind of quick around the lap. I guess it's like speed ice skating or something. Or maybe this, I think it's speed. Because I know there's one thing we have to do like 10 miles, right? But this one is like very fast. Because the 10-mile thing is pretty slow because it's like a marathon, right? This one I think is like super fast. So I think it's like speed ice skating. That's what I call it. And that's happening right now, so that's why it's not exciting yet. And I heard it's about 2 hours late, something, at least. But anyway, Demon Slayer. So 3, 2, 1, and go. Okay, they're recapping the beginning, the beautiful ending. More like it, but yeah. Certainly an amazing animation. It's ridiculous. Yeah, they're giving us that the finish. Those goddamn zombies. They were so resilient, the twins, or whatever they are, siblings, something. Yeah, they're so goddamn resilient. And of course they're still alive, talking to each other. Yeah, their heads are still like talking, right? So, but they are certainly gonna have a backstory at least. That's obvious. It wouldn't be Demon Slayer if the demons don't have their own backstory now, right? If they don't get some cute like backstory, how she used to have sex or something. Okay, will he die now? Is question, right? Will Usei? Wait, it is. Oh yeah, they explode, of course, but yeah, the explosion, of course, and yeah, and Tanjiro is like, yes, it's happened today, you know, yeah, the goddamn explosion. If he really should die, I mean, I don't want him to die, but I feel like he should die, and Tanjiro also should die, but so Tanjiro having some kind of, I don't know, shock, I guess. He's just sitting there, right? And he can hear it gonna explode. This, of course, ended last week. Yes. Yeah. Now kinda. Nezuko is probably fine. Okay, she falls out of the box. It's gonna be some Nezuko Deus Machina. Yeah, Nezuko comes up, she flexes. She's gonna save them all or something. I got a goosebump though, but I guess imouto-chan's gonna come in here and be like, I can heal everyone with my fire or something. I can just protect them all with... Are they just skipping the opening? Maybe, yeah, they just kinda went for like a logo there. Yeah, skipping the opening. And I know the episode's be longer, right? It's like more than one episode, but it isn't full time though. I don't know. Okay. I guess Nezuko cheated. Yeah, Nezuko did some cool fire stuff. I'm not just kawaii again. This is that ultimate power, you know. A little imouto, right? No one can beat a little imouto, yeah. Just coming in there, giving me the shield that I need. I did, except they put out the stand. I admit it, I lifted her up but I didn't lift the stand. She left, that was kind of stupid. Yeah, I just like pulled up from the stand. So, sure, he's like, Tanjiro was fine because Nezuko did some kind of like flexing her powers. She's back to being like super kawaii instead. Yeah, she's back to like tiny Nezuko. Yeah, she's back to like little super tiny Nezuko power up. Yeah, tiny Nezuko. Maybe she's like tired because she has to like heal them or something. She had to like do some badass stuff. But okay, so Nezuko is the plot armor he needs. Yeah, carrying around sister armor. Nezuko has to be the one to heal him. Probably, right? Maybe the waifu army. Yeah, maybe the 3 waifus, but if Nezuko was the one that fixed it, right? Because I mean, she has like super regs. Oh my god! Oh my god! It's like Nezuko carry! Oh my god, he's like reversing in the form. I love it. Tiny Nezuko running around. God damn it, I love it. It's so stupid, but I love it. Little Nezuko running around with Tanjiro. Especially because she's tiny too. Yeah, it's like little super tiny Nezuko. It makes it even better. If she was like that, you know, the muscular booby Nezuko, it would look better. It would be more like to say logical, right? So I like it. It's like tiny Nezuko with like little cart Nezuko. Oh yeah, that guy. But Nezuko kind of explained how Inosuke was like, no, I moved my organs because you know, like I'm badass. So he feels he's completely fine in some stupid way. He's like, I'm gonna die from this. I removed my heart or something. It's out over there. Just put it back into my body or something. He's gonna be like, just like, you know... No, okay, he's still here, goddammit. It would be fun if he did remove the heart and put it outside the body. I think Nezuko can heal them. We saw Nezuko super reg, right? Super regenerating Nezuko. But I do feel that someone should die though, to make it a little more meaningful, the fight. Ah, see? I think Nezuko's gonna be the one to be like, don't worry bro, I got this! Yeah, okay, see? I called it! Nezuko is like, haha! Perfect healing hand! God damn it! Little Denden Nezuko. She's turning into a little Denden machine now, yeah. It's gonna carry you around with the healing. Of course, he's a shonen character now, he's hungry. Yeah. So super kawaii Nezuko can heal them. I mean, I guess it makes sense given her own super healing abilities for her own body, but it's a little bit of a plot armor deluxe now with Nezuko is around like... She's gonna heal Tengen too, probably, though. Yeah, Nezuko's like bam, 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 bam. Yeah, she can probably remove his poison too, right? Like, why couldn't she? Because he's Inosuke. Okay, so at least they're trying, as I said last episode, right? In Mario last week, yeah. At least they're trying with their like antidote because they're poison. Yeah, they're like these ninja girls should have some kind of antidotes, right? Typical ninjas to have. But yeah, they can't fix, I guess, demon poison, some other kind of poison. That actually kind of makes sense, right? Because most poison is made by snakes and so on, right? So you would have like, oh, I have an antidote for this snake, right? But you might not have like demonic poison. But at the same time, they do fight demons. You would imagine they've captured demons to like create the antidotes. No, the waifus are having a disagreement. Protect me, honey! He's like... my last moment in life! Oh, I love it. It's like sad funny. Tengen is like, I hate my wife. Yeah, it's like, this is my final moment. Seeing this. Yeah, this is my final moments. Stupid, annoying waifus. But Nezuko's like, hey, yeah, tiny Nezuko is gonna turn him on fire. I like it, yeah, super tiny Nezuko is extra kawaii power. Yeah, like her powers are ridiculously OP. That was like pretty fine too. Oh, I feel really fine! Yeah, it's like super good healing poo. It's like absurdly good healing. Ah! I'm just fine now. It's like in a second too. It's like, yeah, I'm back. It's still less 1 hour, but you know, yeah, it's like honestly, I don't know, you know, yeah. We already saw it earlier, but I do feel a little it really reminds me of Dragon Ball, of course. Spoilers. I think it's fine to spoil Dragon Ball. I mean, Dragon Ball is so old, right? In Dragon Ball, you have this little tiny Piccolo, you know, another Piccolo, yeah, that is very, very tiny. It's up here, right? He's like heal, yeah, he also has, you know, the Denden, yeah. So I feel Nezuko is turning into that Sensu Bean now, yeah, it's like Carabol Sensu Bean. It's a little too easy to just have her easily remove all their poisoning in like a second. But at least you could hit his arm. At least you couldn't like replenish or she couldn't like rebuild his body at least. So but this is good. I don't know, I love the shit when that's carrying. It's just cute! You know, it's also carrying around her, yeah, he comes a little Nezuko mount. It's just goddamn kawaii. Goddamn it. It's just goddamn kawaii. Ugh. But I think we're gonna have the backstory now probably of the demons, right? Yeah, I think it would be very strange if you don't get that classic Daki guy Toro. Yeah, he gets the blood there for sure. Gets the... Ah, it was a cat! Yeah, a little... Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Send it to... It's cute to have a little, you know... Yeah, yeah, they had a little, you know, yeah, carriage cat spirit appearing. But goddamn it, this is just goddamn super cute for so stupid reason. He has to keep seeing. But again, I think it's extra good that they do his tininess. Yeah, that she can barely like. It's like 3 times her body size or something. Yeah, it's just extra. It looks extra ridiculous that he's like super shortness carrying him. Yeah, no, this is a love, of course. They're like arguing, yeah. Nishan! Yeah, they're still arguing, of course. God damn it, are these two... Yes, they are dying finally, right? But holy shit, are they almost immortal? Jesus Christ, yeah, they're still like arguing for like an hour. They're like, I hate you, yeah, it's like... Yeah, they're... It feels like after I play like a league game, you know, the League of Legends, and afterward you lost the game, and then was like fighting in the chat. It's your fault, you got ganked at minute 3, or if you took the dragon at minute 5 would have won. It feels like they kind of, the game is already over, but they're like, I hate you, it's your fault that we lost. Yeah, we have the discussion afterwards. Should have done that thing. If you had killed him earlier, we wouldn't have lost and so on. Yeah, you fed earlier, yeah, that's, yeah. Calling me an idiot, yeah, like, F you! It's just so, my god. Yeah. Oh, she's gonna burn her brother. You're so ugly. Yeah, you can't be my brother. Oh my god, you know his feelings. Oh, here we go. Oh my god, here we go. It's like... Oh my god, they're not actually siblings? Maybe they are, but I don't know. I don't know. Maybe she's lying. Yeah, this is like super mean sister here. I hate you too ugly to be my brother. Oh my god. She's so mean, Daki. She really is the meanest woman in the anime. She's like, I hate you. You're ugly. Yeah, oh my god, man. Breaks his spirit here. Maybe he finally dies now when his sister settled him. Oh yeah. Man, this is kinda sad now. Like, I hate you, Nisha. You're so ugly. Oh man. See, now they're finally dying here because they're like disagreeing who. It might be her fault that they died or something. We're certainly gonna have their backstory now, right? I would be so confused if we don't get their backstory. But it feels kind of sad now. Just watching them like fighting. Yeah, it's just... Oh, and here comes Tanjiro, like blocks his mouth. Like, come on, stop insulting your sister. Yeah, it's like... Yeah, he's like, come on, I know you're lying. Yeah, I know you're lying, guys. You actually love each other. Man, this is awkward now. Yeah, here goes Tanjiro. He's like... Stop arguing, I know you two love each other, yeah, stop, you know, don't say stuff you can't, yeah, don't be mean to each other, you're dying. He's like, goddamn Tanjiro, nice boy. Goddamn it, Tanjiro. Yeah, shouldn't be insulting each other, last moment in life, and Daki is all crying and so on. Oh. Well, she cried a lot though, to be fair. Daki was crying half the episode, I feel like. Yeah. Don't you lecture me! See, Daki! My god damn it. Oh. Man, these two die so incredibly slowly. How long has their head been burning now? Yeah, Onishan! It's going back to the classic Onishan. Okay, so Daki finally dies. Man, that took like 10 episodes. She dies first though. Oh, Ume. So Ocean is her name. Oh yeah, that's her real name, Ume. Okay. Now we're gonna have the backstory, right? We have to have the goddamn backstory. Been waiting for a goddamn backstory to demons, right? Okay. Oh, Umi, so Umi is fate or yeah. Yeah, Umi is also like fate or destiny. Umi is like ocean. Same as like Guts backstory, during Berserker. Yeah, of course they're gonna have some kind of super sad backstory. Reyes is physically strong, as he said. No, or not. He actually was like, well, he looks disgusting, right? So he has some kind of weird. And the girls throw rocks at him, like, oh, you know it's gonna be some disgusting backstory when like the girls throw rocks at him. Like, he's so ugly, and he gets attacked by the girls, something, and throw like pebbles at him because he's ugly. He's obviously gonna get bullied. Everyone's gonna bully him because he's ugly, so whatever. Of course, that's obvious with his personality. But I guess his sister is hot, right? Yeah, but his sister's like a babe, right? And she's probably effing some guys for money, right? It feels like it's gonna be obvious. So I guess of course they also grew up in the actual, yeah. Their mom was probably a prostitute too, right? And they grew up in the entertainment, yeah, they grew up in this like, in the same place, right? But of course in the past when they was less built, right? And now he's fighting with the Kamas there. His weapon of choice here. Okay, so now I guess the sister is born. She's definitely some years younger still. Yeah, he was actually pretty old already. 10 years younger than. And of course, there she is. Of course, Ume or Daki then. She's a babe, right? Yeah. I mean, she's the. Of course, she's like a super babe, right? Yeah. She's like some kind of. She maybe an albino, think about it. Supposed to be maybe albino, right? Like white hair, white eyes, kind of thing. Yeah, and he can fight. That, as you said, right? His power is he was a good fighter. Yeah, people are afraid of him because he's ugly and a good fighter. Yeah, I was pride being the ugliest. They have a weird twist here now. Yeah, everyone hated me and I loved it. It's like, yeah, okay, yeah, sure. I guess that's a good thing. I was so ugly, everyone feared me. It's like, yeah, okay, yeah. Gotta take the the benefit of being ugly, yeah. What's this then? His food? What's happening? What? I guess she killed some guy trying to. Yeah, I mean, obviously she was doing it. A costume, yeah. So obviously she's a prostitute. I mean, of course. Even she's like 13 years old. Of course she's a child prostitute. I mean, of course. Forced by her mom, probably, right? Of course. And then she was burned alive or something. Holy shit, man, yeah. But it goes back to what I said earlier that. Oh, she's alive? It goes back earlier to what I said she's a zombie, right? The whole thing that he was trolling her, a puppet. Yeah, but here we go. Oh man, he's getting what they asked for. It's like, I will kill the gods and Buddha, and yeah, there's no god, right? And then basically Satan's gonna come and be like, well, do you want some powers? Yeah, now. Yeah, that's a guy, of course, he cut with an eye, of course. Yeah, of course, that's she, Ume. Yeah, blinded, right? He's gonna turn around and probably kill them, right? No, he's gonna kill them, right? Come on. This guy, he's gonna fight him, right? He's gonna kill them both, right? Here we go. Get some, get some revenge on that bitch! Oh, that's nice, yeah! Just chops your head off, come on, no problem, or yeah. He knows he loves the kamas, right? He comes in there and cuts with the head, yeah, come on. Yeah, you know this guy is pretty good with the kama, yeah, the sickle man. The Reaper guy. Some good revenge scenes here. That was nice. Me, it killed her. Oh yeah, of course, like stuff it do say and so on. Yeah, his hatred for, pretty boys. Yeah, of course. Comes back to the... But she might still be alive there. She was like moving still when he... Oh, man, this anime got some bloody scenes, man. He just sliced his head off of me. That's some freaking, like, Mortal Kombat finisher. Yeah, it was like, slightly, a little bit, like... Right, of course, not doing the full Mortal Kombat when you get like the head splitting, but kind of beginning of that. Yeah, that's some nice revenge, family-friendly revenge there. Oh. But he was basically praying to God. He was like, give me Buddha, gods. He was like screaming out for God's right to save his sister. So certainly it's like a deal with Satan, right? Yeah, like it's gonna Musan's gonna come and be like, oh yeah, you wanna have a deal with God? Certainly, if it's like he was praying to sell his soul, right? Oh, here we go. It's supposed to be Musan? Well, he eats people at least, so... yeah, okay. It's like suddenly a woman's head. Yeah, okay, yeah. But the anime is really brutal about more and more awesomeness. It's like rainbow upper six. Could it be that through 4? I don't know, it could be another upper ranker. I guess it's either another one. You say upper 6? Yeah, well, yeah, I guess not Musan, but like another rainbow upper 6. Yeah, okay, so it's another upper rank, I guess. Like the next boss. But it feels like it's setting for the next boss, right? Yeah, like he's gonna be like the next arc or something. That they're gonna fight. Mr. Rainbow Eyes here. Yeah, it's like depth collector. We're already now then. It's like some kind of crossroad, I guess. It's like one dark and one light path, right? Yeah, exactly. Her dream of becoming the top prostitute in the OIRAN, yeah. And she could have like, if you had no more path, you could be a normal woman. I like that, like, you had a dream of becoming an OIRAN, every girl's dream of becoming the top dog in the brothel. Yeah, that's every girl's dream, man. That's like, this is pretty sad now, though. Like, this could have been her life, right? A normal life if she had normal parents, and they weren't like living on the street in the worst place in Japan, basically. Yeah. Well, I guess she was working as, as I said, a customer, yeah, she was. Ooh, know, it's like I hate. Yeah, it's your fault that I'm dying, right? Yeah, it's an interesting hate love for sister. My only regret is you. Yeah, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have been backstabbed or whatever. I guess like yeah, got like an interesting hate for the sister. Yeah, and they're both stuck in like I guess purgatory when they've been transformed there. She has the goddamn personality of like Onishan! But it's interesting because I mean she basically died when she was like 12 or 13. Like. That could actually explain her personality because she's like Onishan, yeah. And she's crying so much because she's actually like a 13-year-old. I mean she has that milf body, but I guess she said her mind is like she's 13, right? But she has the body of like a 25-year-old supersized something. Yeah, something like that, right? So it's... Oh, yeah, okay, this is after they lost. I was angry with Lost, come on, what's the teammates? See, it was what I mean, having that conversation after the team chat, yeah. Come on, I was just angry with the most chance. I still love you. Like, next time we're gonna win. Come on, let's team up again. We can do it. You and me bot lane, bro. Come on. They're still like doing this like, come on, next time we win it. Come on, yeah. It's like a weird last episode where they keep fighting here. Even in like hell, they keep fighting over who loves each other, who hates each other. Oh my god, it's like sad funny. You go into the light, I go into the path of darkness, yeah. Oh, so back cute Onisha hug. Yeah. Oh, this is nice now. This is like some goddamn wholesome demon shit now. No! I'm going to say Pat! Yeah, it's a goddamn wholesome ending now. No, I want to go with Onisha! Yeah. God damn it. Weird. But it's not a flashback anymore now. Now it's just like they're dead and they're like, no, we're gonna go to hell together or something. This is a weird storyline to go with these guys. Yeah. That's a weird ass storyline. I don't know, promise they made. To always be together. Oh man, it's not a sad thing. Oh my god, this goddamn, every goddamn demon is a sad backstory, of course. This is like sad and cute. They're like, yeah, it is like a little thing he built here. I don't know what to call it, like a little, I don't know, cloak for heat or something. I guess the mom was dead by then, maybe? A little unclear what happened to their mother, but she was obviously also working in the brothels, clearly. Because now they're walking to hell together, I guess, something. Yeah, now it's like walking into the fire, like, yeah, like he's taking his sister and they're walking into like purgatory or something together. And of course she's crying, because Daki's been crying for like 10 episodes, so yeah, that's kind of like hurting though, but yeah, I'm expecting people on Twitter to be outraged now, you know, they're gonna be like, what? Daki, that female character with the big ass and titties, was actually like 12? Damn anime pervs, yeah, I can expect it to be, that is someone already. There's been an article now about how Daki is sexualized, and she's only like a kid, right? You know, even though she's like 500 years old, but she's like, yeah, she's like 500 years old. But she died as a 13-year-old. She was turned into a zombie, vampire, demon shit that's like 13. So she's actually like 13-year-old. And if you look at some Daki hentai, you're clearly, you know, a pervert. Yeah, like, come on. We all know someone's already prepared this article to complaining about the Daki's actually only 13 or something. Even though she's like 500 13-year-old. But no, she's only 13. And even though she had like gigantic tits and so on, she still is like, clearly people are doing it because they like them young, right? And here comes another Hashirama, I guess. I think it's him. Yeah. Here we see his face. Yeah, and he's like, are you praising me? Yeah, he's always like a very ambiguous. It's your fault! You should have us wait earlier! It's like, we were fighting this shit and you're coming now? Pretty good point actually. Why do you come now if you already won? Like, it's pretty useless, man. You should come like an hour earlier. Yeah, I got 3 wives, man. I'm just retiring now. Yeah, I'm just gonna go home and smash my girls, right? Yeah, it's like... No, it's like, come on, man, I got like 3 wives to pleasure. Like, leave me alone. I've done my shit. Yeah, Rengaku's dead, right? So we need a lot of new people, yeah. Oh yeah, Tanjiro is like, Tanjiro can get my spot. Yeah, he's like, Tanjiro, he can take over my spot. Yeah, I'm giving it to the young boy. Is that how it works though? Can he just like give Tanjiro his title? Yeah, can he just like give Tanjiro his title? Nezuko can become the new Hashira. Nezuko is the goddamn carry, man. How is he carry? Yeah, of course Tanjiro survived because Nezuko... Oh, he's all happy now. Yeah, they did it, guys! He's all proud of them. Yeah, they did it! Exactly. This times are turning. We can finally defeat the evil... we can finally defeat them, right? It's like, finally, man. It's turning, right? It's turning. We're gonna defeat Musan. Dramatic turn, But of course her name is Faith, right? Ume, yeah. As I mentioned earlier. First I was like, did they say Umi as in ocean of water? Or like the ocean? Or did they say Ume as in fate or destiny? But of course she said... I mean, obviously later on I was like, yeah, he said Ume, yeah, fate, right? Because now he's like, Ume! He's like, it's the destiny! You know, times are turning, yeah, it's destiny, right? So of course, like her name, right? So of course it's like a reference, like to her name, that, yeah, her name means destiny, or fate, or so. Yeah. Okay, so here we see the guy, of course, who killed Rengaku back in the... I don't know, Confusion Mansion, yeah. Alternate dimension, Infinite Castle, everything's upside down, and it's always nice how they do the CGI though, of course. It's always like this weird, crazy place where... Ooh, so everyone gets summoned then? Oh. Ah, come on, I wanna see them talk! Ah, come on! What a tease! I wanna see Musa have a discussion with the guys. Like, someone killed the, you know, the siblings, the weirdo, the Heta siblings. Let's discuss it, right? I wanna see them like discuss the shit. What a tease, man! We see him being summoned, then it's like, okay, we go back to the waifus. Like, come on, I wanna see them discuss. I wanna see, like, we have to get some revenge, right? He killed one of my best soldiers, or something, you know, and this moment was hot, you know. I wanna see it getting pissed off or something. Ah, come on. Next season? Ugh, what a tease. That felt like a massive tease, man. I was like... Oh yeah, oh this is cute, you know, he's hugging. Yeah, it's a big friendship hug. Yay! And Nezuko in the middle like, yeah! Got him! Yeah. Got him, huggable episode. So that was a nice ending. Seeing everyone just like, yeah, a big friendship hug. That was nice. It looked cute. Here goes the opening. There's no time left into here, but I think it's just a long credits. Well, I'll say one thing that disappointed me here. Just generally saying, right? I heard the episode's gonna be longer. I mean, it is longer, but it's only like 5 minutes longer. I mean, it's objectively, that disappoints me. I'm like, what? Yeah, I thought it was gonna be, you know, like a 40-minute episode. That was I read last week. People were like, you know, special final double episode. But this is like, yeah, okay, it's 5 minutes longer, but it's like, yeah, 4 minutes longer. That's like, yeah, a quarter longer. I mean, it's better than nothing, but still. A little bit like, you know, I expect it to be like a at least 40-minute episode, and it's not even 30, so yeah, that's a little disappointing. And I think that's fair to say, right? Because it's just like, come on, man, where's the last 10 minutes? Oh, okay, it's already over. Yeah, I thought it was gonna be longer, but that's how it ends. And then we get the credits. Yeah, that's disappointing, certainly. But anyway, let's review it. And let's first talk about freaking then the Nezuko. She's just like touching people. Where's the scene? She's like, I got it, bro. Yeah, the Nezuko is like, I can take care of everything. I have to say, right, not a super big fan of this change here in Nezuko, because I mean, we know all this, right? You're watching a shonen anime. They have plot armor. obviously Tanjiro's gonna die here, it would be kind of weird, he might die eventually in the final battle or whatever, as the main character, right? In Inosuke could have died, right? But not like Tanjiro. Usui could have died, but I felt that if he died, we used lost Rengoku, it would be kind of, I think, formulatic if all the Hashira's gonna die, right? But anyway, the solution is to give Nezuko these amazing healing powers, right? So she could heal herself, so it does fit into her powers though, but just having her being like, whoop, and then it's like, oh, burning, and then immediately Usui is like, oh, I'm fine, it's gone, right? So I really think it's going back to, as I mentioned earlier, especially Dragon Ball. So Dragon Ball first had the sensu bean Dragon Ball, heat the one, right? You get heat immediately. And then introducing the Namek-yan, of course, or spoiling this Dragon Ball up. It's like 30 years ago in Dragon Ball? It's like spoiling FF7 or something, you know. It's just anyway, in Dragon Ball then, right, they have this Namek-yan right then there, where he can heal everyone who's touching them once, right? He has super healing powers, right? He can't fight, but he got to like mad, he becomes God and so on, you know. He becomes a new god right after, of course, Piccolo and Kami, of course, means god, they fuse so right. Obviously, I know my Dragon Ball have a lot of volumes, of course, and so on, rather than many times, right? But yeah, I think this kind of comes into the same issue where, to like, keep, in Dragon Ball I think it's worse though, because they have like, oh, we're gonna have, 10 people fighting in X tournament, or we're gonna do this thing and this thing. And then we have these guys like healing them next to the fight, you know. It's like, heal, yeah, go back in, guys. Heal, go back in, yeah. That is even worse. And especially because the Giants, right, they get stronger if they're almost dying, right. So they like, hurt myself, heal me, bam, go in again. Yeah, it feels like an enormous power creep, right. Both in how fast they can level up with that sense, and also how they can heal them, right. And certainly Nezuko didn't get on that level. Because Nezuko couldn't heal his arm. I mean, she healed his blood, but she couldn't like heal his actual lost hand, right? She couldn't like repair his finger or his hand. So she doesn't get the like godlike healing powers. But it still feels like, Nezuko was already kind of a plot arm or shield, right? Or was carrying around his imouto ready to fight for him, right? But now Nezuko has this like amazing healing powers too. So it's like carrying around a plot armor, right? It's a little bit, I feel, honestly, too much that. Because now it's I feel like if Tanjiro is about to die, right? Nezuko, not only can she jump out of the back, right, she can also just like poop, come in there and heal them, right? They can always summon his little sister, right, to fix the shit. So I don't know how I feel about that, because having her as an extra pair of muscles, I think was fine, right? Part of the party, the fourth secret member part, right? Now she's like the strongest fighter basically, and amazing healing too, and also herself. She also can heal herself, right? How do you kill her? Because she has like amazing healing powers internally. Reg powers, and also healing the others. So it's like, yeah, she has like the best defense powers and the best, team powers. It feels like an incredibly good teammate to have. Maybe a little too much plot creep, plot armor, whatever you call it. But certainly it reminds me of Dragon Ball. I think especially Dragon Ball has an issue. But in Dragon Ball, I think it's bad, honestly. I think in Dragon Ball it goes too much. Like, it's even a plot point, Akira is like, yeah, let's keep using this thing for like 10 fights in a row, right, and so on. It's because it's ridiculous. But anyway, talking about the ugly boy. I mean, most of the episode, of course, was about, well, Ume, not Daki then, Ume, right? Which means fate or destiny. And of course, in the end of the episode, he's like, fate has changed. Now we can finally beat the demons, right? So obviously, Ume has been, turned, so her name there. But Gyutoro was just named Gyutoro, right? The ugly one. And yeah, he was like being bullied by everyone, right? For Roxy team and so on. Of course, their mom is some kind of OIRAN or some prostitute, right? Some brothel woman, of course she is. And his sister, got stabbed by a customer, right? Because of course she had to like sleep around probably, or it wasn't clear if she actually had done with other guys before. I guess maybe he was the first customer she had to actually do it with. It was like half-ass implied that he was the first one that wanted to go all the way with her. But certainly, Gyutoro was like, oh, she had customers, she got gifts and so on, right? So, because, she was probably like some kind of, what's the name for it? But like an escort, I mean, you don't do it, but... Well, I can't remember his name is called now. Oh, God, my mind is blanking. But anyway, the girls to work on these hostel clubs, right, in Japan, right? She at least was doing that before, right? As a 13-year-old, 12 or something, right? Something like that, right? And Gyutoro was the debt collector. So what he doing, he goes around, taking care of people that don't pay, right? They slept with the girls that are not paying, right? Like his sister and so on. He's like, he's that kind of guy, right? Super ugly, good at fighting and so on. But yeah, like to no surprise, right? The sister was of course working as a pleasure lady before, and then she kept being a pleasure lady also as a demon. Yeah, she didn't really change her occupation. No, she was like, this is what I do and this is what I'm still doing. Yeah, she was like, that this is my job, kinda. She always went that route, right? But of course she did stab this the guy we saw later, right? So yeah, I do wonder. It wasn't really explained if she actually had sex before him or something, but I felt that he was the first guy to pay for the whole way, right? That's kind of what I interpreted that, even though it's definitely unclear. And Guitar is like, he was a regular customer, but he also could have meant that he was a customer, among the girls, right, at that brothel or something when she was working. So it's a little, yeah, I felt it was very unclear if he was like doing her every week or every day, or he was doing the other girls or whatever. Doesn't really matter, but I'm just imagining, right, and I'll put us here, and I said it jokingly in Twitter, early about Twitter, but I really do imagining that, remember how people were angry at Nezuko for getting tits right, and so on. Just imagining now, because it's very clear now here that Daki, when she died, right, was only like 13 or 12 or something like 13, I think, yeah, when she died. She's like, Nisha, and so on, yeah. So her real mentality is like a 13-year-old, arguably, right? Even though she's like a 500-plus-year-old woman, right? But whatever. But I just can imagine people's rage on Twitter and so on. I just imagine, right? People are gonna do these tweets, and some people write articles, and there's gonna be some people, YouTubers, are gonna be like, oh my god, Daki, this huge, massive, milf woman with a big ass and big titties and like a huge body, right? It's actually only 13, given her death time or something. So if you like her, or if you look at hentai with, Daki with huge op eyes, whatever, right? Then you're actually looking at 13-year-old. That's gonna be shit. I promise you guys. People are gonna write shit and they're gonna argue that if you like Daki with her ridiculous, body shape and, massive tatas, you're actually liking young girls, even though she's like ridiculously sizable and so on, right? And looks like she's like at least 30 or something, but but no, because she died and turned into like a vampire zombie girl demon at 13, right? That's her actual age. I'm telling you, people are gonna do this argument. I'm telling you. Oh, it's gonna be ridiculous, but trust me, it's gonna happen, right? We already saw people getting angry at Usei having 3 wives too, right? And Nezuko, growing bigger and so on. It's just but yeah, he burned her alive. She was still seemingly not dead from that, right? And then he was praying to be saved by God, basically, right? Or, well, Satan appears, right? So, they didn't say who this guy was. And I'm as Annie only. First I thought, is it Musan? But I guess it's like another upper rank 6, right? Because he wouldn't have that one himself, right? I guess. So, I would assume this is going to be the next bad guy, probably, right? Season 3 announced earlier today. And I would guess that this guy is gonna come in here and be like, he's the next arc bad guy, or maybe next arc. But certainly it's like a build up for him as the even stronger, I guess, upper rank 6, right? That gave them their powers, and then they also became upper rank 6. He's an even older demon, right? Maybe the strongest of the upper rank 6 guys, something. I would guess so, right? With his like rainbow powers and so on, and eating some humans there. And then yeah, it was kind of sad, of course. It's always sad when demons dies, and we're getting like not her actual backstory, but like Gyutoru's image of her life if she wasn't, grew up at the brothel, right? The mom was clearly, working there. So yeah, if she weren't some growing up in the entertainment industry, but if she was just like a normal woman, right, growing up in a normal household or whatever. So it was pretty sad, and it was kind of, yeah, it has like a wholesome moment, honestly. In this weirdness, the episode had this definitely ending in this weird wholesomeness. And he's like, you go into the light, I go into the dark, and we can like separate here. He's like, no, Anisha, I love you, I wanna also go to hell with you. And it's like this weirdest wholesome things ever, right? Isn't this super weirdly wholesome? I wanna be with you, Anisha, we promise to stay together and be teammates and so on, right? But at the same time, he's like, go into the light, right? They have like dark and light patterns. Go into the light, sister. Don't be stupid. That's heaven. He's like, no! And she jumps on his back and he carries her to hell. So, I mean, it's wholesome, but it's also like really weird because he's like, if you go to hell, I also want to go to hell. And he's like, yeah, I guess, but not that I felt it would sense if she has an option to go to heaven, right? After having murdered like a thousand of people. But it still feels like that it was kind of like the crossroad. You have the option to go to heaven, and she was like, "No, I'd rather go to hell with you, so we can be tortured in hell together by Satan than going to heaven." I mean, it was very wholesome, right? But at the same time, it was like, wait a minute, what? You can go to heaven? But I don't know. I guess it was just their mind or something. Yeah, wholesome to agree to go to hell together. Yeah, I mean, yeah, great siblings. And then he appears and is like, "Oh yeah, you were late." I felt teased the end though. We saw Musan summoning them, and then we didn't see what to tell them. And then of course it ends with this nice little. Ends with then a very wholesome episode, man. It kind of ends with them just like hugging, yeah. And I like how Nezuko's in the middle, tiny Nezuko, and she's like, "Yeah, man, we're just having this nice, cute hug moment." But for that matter, right, every goddamn Nezuko carrying scene was adorable. It's just, I loved it. I used to love that Nezuko was carrying him in her tiny form. Right? I mean, obviously, she could have turned into her, bigger, muscular, Oppa Nezuko form. But instead, it's like, no, we're gonna have, Nezuko carrying him in her like tiny little shape form with her shortest legs, so you can find it here. But yeah, it's an emotional ending. It's like but it's weirdly wholesome ending. Everyone's hugging together, crying, and so on. Here we go. I want to see this scene. That's what I'm looking for. God damn it, this scene here. Man, I gotta gift this later, guys. This here, there we go. I got the perfect frame. This is the shit, man. This is the shit. Come on, it was the best scene. Tiny Nezuko is like, "It's my time to carry it." Come on. This baby is really cracked up every time, man. But again, I just really love it how Nezuko is in her tiniest form, throwing up big bro Tanjiro, and it's like, "Let's go! Let's go and heal your friends, big bro!" And he's so much bigger than her. His legs are touching the ground, basically. Come on, she's barely lifting him over the ground. She's so tiny, and he's like, "Yeah, okay." But of course, she's like, super physically strong, right? And oh man, it was adorable. All of these scenes. My God, it was super cute. Oh, that was funny. Mini Nezuko was the best, guys. Anyway, Scraps was alright. I was gonna see here before I say, course the Titan, right, was delayed earlier, but the Olympics. Let me change channel here. I'm gonna put channel on here, and I can tell you what's happening there, right? Let me. Yeah. Okay. So it's still the Olympics. Okay, it's still like the. As I said earlier. Like, I'm an anime nerd, right? I do like martial art, I'm not playing in sports, but I have no idea about the Winter Olympics, okay? So they're doing some kind of ice skating, okay? Like, I don't even know what sport it is, but on the TV, it's like ice skating, okay? It's like, it's the Japanese are doing ice skating, right? I guess in other countries, but that's the reason why they are showing it. I think usually when you see the same thing with like tennis and so on, they don't show the tennis matches, unless a Japanese person is in, right? Yeah, then it's like, okay, tennis, yeah, let's delay anime. We have to show this thing, right? So what they're doing right now is that Titan is delayed. I heard earlier today it's 2 hours delayed, but I don't know if that's true or not. But yeah, it's delayed right now because it's like I think it's speed ice skating. Okay, I don't know this the name of it, and of course everything is Japanese, all the text and so on. So it's a little hard for me to translate it, half-ass. But yeah, it's like I think it's speed ice skating, right? Because the other one is like super longer and slower, right? The marathon ice skating, it's like 10,000 meters, or whatever it's called. So that's that is delayed. But I do the reaction, right, and review and so on as soon as it's out, which might be half an hour from now then, but it's started on Japanese TV. And I don't know if it's gonna be delayed for the sub versus so on, right? People are gonna ask that if it's gonna be delayed for Crashel or whatever, maybe, because there's already like a time skip between those two, right? They have like a delayed release anyway, but potentially it's gonna be delayed by a few hours on everything, right? For the rumbling there, certainly. And again, I genuinely know nothing about ice speed skating, right? But I'm just thinking that if it's like soccer or something, right, you can have like a sudden death, right, or something. So maybe it's gonna be delayed longer. But honestly, I don't know. It's probably not, because ice skating is probably like you do your laps and you get a timer, right? And you do your laps, you get a timer. I don't think it can be like a sudden death, right, in speed ice skating. unless you have the exact same time. So I'm just guessing here. Like I never watched Olympics, right? I have zero interest. I'm an anime nerd, gaming and anime, right? I play video games. You know, I play video games and I yeah, so on. And even though I'm Swedish, I have zero interest in the winter stuff. Even though Sweden is winning a lot of stuff, I have zero interest, right, in like the ice skating or I don't know, skiing or something. Even though, of course, as a kid, I done ice skating and skiing and so on, but I never watched Olympics. I have no idea. Bobsleds? I don't know, man. But anyway, yeah, ice skating is delaying Attack on Titan for some time. I don't know. I don't know the rules, right? I don't know the rules. I have no idea how. But yeah, it's basically drag on the ground, basically. I'll say one thing before I turn off it. It's a funny notion or whatever, right? Curling is not a big sport in Sweden, but Sweden wins it every year at the Olympics. Sweden is like the best country in the world in curling, okay? So I went with curling a few years ago. I worked at a Swedish company, and I had like a winter party, what they call it, right? Christmas party. And we went and played curling for one day with the office. And I hated it. I was like, how is this a sport? And why do people enjoy playing? It's so boring. I was like, holy shit, man. Have you ever played bowl? Whatever it's called, when you throw the rocks thing shit. It's exactly people on ice, right? And the thing with curling was that the guy, he was like one of the curling coaches. They were playing, you know, at the Olympic place where they train, right? Because there are not that many, this is Stockholm, there's not that many curling, you know, places, right? So we were playing the curling place at the place that the actual Olympic gold medalists are training at. So the coach guy telling us how to do it, he was like the dear coach. So he was the actual, you know, gold Olympic coach guy telling us how to curl, right? And he was like, okay, so the strategy is very complicated. This is the strategy of curling, like doing the map, draw and shit, right? And I was like, no, if A happens, like, what do you do in this situation? I was like, you do B. And he's like, yeah, B is right. And then this thing, and I was like, yeah, it's C now. He's like, how do you know that answer? I was like, it's like the most basic thing ever, right? And he was like, what company do you work for? I was like, we're a game company. So yeah, we were like, well, we make video games. We work on video games. We're currently out to do some dice stuff, I think, yeah. And we were like, yeah, it's like, we make video games, and like, were you telling us here with curling strategies? It's like the most basic, you know, have you played StarCraft? I was like, you know, honestly, I'm also doing too much curling, but seriously, this strategy, and people that defend curling, and they're like, oh, it's so much depth in it. You have to throw two rocks at each other. Yeah, like you throw the rock, and then if that rock is in the way, you throw the other rock at it. It's like playing pools or whatever. It's the most basic geometric stuff ever. No, all seriously, it was so easy, right? And no, I haven't played curling with the elites, right? But of course, my team at the office, we won every game, right? We had like absolute perfect score across them all. Because I used to apply this very great strategy. He told me earlier, this happens. Yeah, it's so easy. It's so goddamn simple. And the elite from a strategy aspect, curling is incredibly simple, right? Incredibly simple. But I always loved that coach guy, you know, seriously, he was the Olympic gold coach. He was like making this like, oh my god, it's so deep. The strategies, you're never gonna understand this. And we were all like, A, B, B, C, D, D, C, C, A. You know, we were all like, we played video games for a lot of hours. Like, this is like the simplest shit ever. So no, I have absolutely, even I come from Sweden, I have sole interest in ice skating. But anyway, I see you guys in maybe half an hour or whatever then, after the Japanese people have hopefully won then in ice skating. I don't even know who they are. Who are they? Let's see. She is currently fighting someone from Austria. Yeah, Austrian. They're probably pretty good at ice skating. You know, winter and snow fields and so on. That's one thing. My last point about freaking Olympics. Okay, let me rant about Olympics. One last thing. I always find the Olympics kind of boring too because it isn't the Summer Olympics. It's like every country has a chance, right? But in the Winter Olympics, I mean, I guess it's a favor from my home country, but it's like Norway, Sweden, Finland, Russia, America, Germany, Austria, Sweden, right? It's like, yeah, we have these countries, a little bit of Japan, China a little bit, yeah, but it's like, the Winter Olympics is between like 10 countries, yeah, it's like, yeah, it's the countries that has snow, and usually with money so you can build stuff up in the snow, you know, Norway and Sweden has a lot of lifts, right? Especially Norway is an incredibly rich country per person, right? So they have so much, you know, stuff up in the snow, and when I worked with Norwegians last year, a little bit, they were all, you know, skiing, they grew up in this mountain and so on, right? And there's so much welfare, whatever, but it's so much stuff up there, right? So, yeah, in the Olympics, it's like, oh yeah, what countries are fighting. Oh yeah, it's Italian, Swiss. So it's a few European countries and a few other countries that are fighting about the Olympics. I think that's kind of a weird thing too. It's like they made the Winter Olympics purely to like support these like rich countries up in the north, right? Yeah, the industrial rich Scandinavian countries. We're like, yeah, well, Winter Olympics, oh, it's awesome. And of course, some of my friends, back in Sweden are like, oh my god, Winter Olympics, we're getting so much gold. And I'm like, yeah, okay, who are you beating? 3 other countries? Yeah, great, man. You're fighting like, speed or marathon ice skate between like 5 people. Yeah, great. Like no one does that. Come on, I mean, like, okay. Last brand point. Okay, no, but it reminds me of I was doing martial arts, right, for many years ago, still are, and I was my history teacher at high school. She was a gold medalist in Taido, right? And she was also the gym teacher, and she was very hot for me, like 25-year-old, super hot, super tight, whatever. Yeah, very good tilf. I was like 15, right? And she had like a super attractive 25-year-old, roughly, yeah, martial art gym teacher, and also one of my teachers at Taido Dojo then, so also doing Taido, right? But she had a gold, she had several golds in Taido, and that sounds like, oh, she's the best female in this martial art in Sweden. Yeah, she was that, like literally. However, I was also part of one of those master, right? And you actually know the facts though, it feels ridiculous because like she was one of the few female participants, right? So imagine you have a martial art, like no one does it, it's like only a part of Sweden, like the West Coast basically, and it's like 4 dojos or something in the whole country of that martial art. And she's the best female, right? You go to the dojo, it's like 25 men and like 2 girls, like she's one of them. so you're like, oh yeah. So basically, to become the Swedish master in Taido, she had to like literally beat less than 10 people. I'm not even kidding, right? That was literally, yeah, she was the best of like 8 female women. Yeah, you're like, okay, not that impressive. And if you're the best male, you're like the best of 100 people, right? Like that's not impressive. So while she was like bragging on it at the school that, oh yeah, I'm actually the gold medalist, people respect me, I'm the best teacher ever. And she was good, she was very, very attractive, and very, very fit and so much. She could do the backflips and everything. Yeah. Tide is very acrobatic, so you could do all the backflips and handstands. So she was very, very, don't get me wrong, she was very, very a tilf, okay? She was like freaking anime sensei, okay? She was incredibly well trained, don't get me wrong. But it was like, yeah, she beat like 7 other persons to become the best, right? It was like, yeah, okay, yeah, it's not that impressive. But she was very brave about it. She was always like, well, I am a gold medalist. She was always like, well, I am the best in the country, so you better do what I want, for her students. And I was like, well, you beat like 7 people. I saw you beat like less than 10 people. So never really impressed me that she was the gold medalist of less than 10 people. That's how I feel the Winter Olympics are. It's like 10 people doing one sport. But anyway, guys, like that, maybe. I'll see you guys soon, hopefully, with the rumbling, right? Aaron, Mr. Genocide Maniac, Pol Pot, Stalin, and Hitler combined something. Anyway, see you guys. Have a great day, and